is about to minister for the glory of God. In the name of Jesus. Her eyes are lifted unto Him alone. Hallelujah. I will trust you. I am standing firm on your word. For your word, Lord, is solid ground. For you made the heaven and earth by the power that is in your hand. I am standing firm on your word. For your word, Lord, is solid ground. For you made the heaven and earth by the power that is in your hand. I am standing firm on your word. For your word, Lord, is solid ground. For you made the heavens and earth by the power that is in your word. I am standing firm on your word. For your word, Lord, is solid ground. For you made the heaven and earth by the power that is in your word. I am standing firm on your word. For your word, Lord, is solid ground. For you made the heaven and earth by the power that is in your hand. My eyes are upon you. Lord, all of my hope is in you. My eyes are upon you. Oh, Lord, all of my hope is in you. I cannot see what the future holds. For you hold the future in your hand. I cannot see what the future holds. For you hold the future in your hand. My eyes are upon you. Lord, all of my hope is in you. My eyes are upon you. Lord, all of my hope is in you. I cannot be what the future holds. For you hold the future in your hand. I cannot be what the future holds. For you hold the future in your hand. Thy refuge, my refuge is for me. You're the rock of my salvation. I have put my trust in you, Lord. I know you let me
Yes, Lord. Can you stand on your feet and lift up your hands?
Lord, I love my hobby.
Sing that song. Go ahead this morning and tell Jesus, I don't know what the future holds, but the confidence I have is that my future is in your hands. I am not afraid of witches and wizards. I'm not afraid of satanic entourage and satanic magnificence. I'm not afraid of their satanic convoy. I'm not afraid of principalities and powers, because my confidence is in the fact that the future is in your hands. Go ahead, lift up your voice and tell him, Jesus, my trust is in you. Go ahead and worship him. Go ahead and worship him. Just bless his name. Just bless his name. I want us to take a prayer point from there. Bible says, and they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not to do, neither to come into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of the slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no more place. What is God addressing here? The spirit of untimely death in families. He's saying that they started by burning their sons. Sometimes the greatest form of wickedness is from the very family. An old witch that says that everybody must die. He said they brought their sons unto Hinnom, and there they were burning their own sons and their own daughters. Bible says that my own familiar friend has lifted up his heel against me. Sometimes the sources of your problems, if God showed it to you, it will shock you. Your best friend can be responsible for your barrenness. Your own mother could be responsible for your singleness. I'm a pastor. I have been privileged to hear things, see things. And I know that the wickedness of the wicked is very wicked. I tell people that the devil is so devilish that even when you remove D from his name, is still evil remaining. This is a prayer mountain. We are going to take 2 prayers. God, look at what God is saying. He said, it is now where they are burning their daughters. He said, but if you don't stop it, verse 32, if you don't stop the killing at this level, it shall not just be the valley of the son of Hinnom, it shall then become the valley of the slaughter. For they shall begin to bury in Tophet till there be no place. Witches don't stop because they are tired. They stop because somebody stops them. Wickedness does not cease because you are tired of wickedness. You came here, you say, man of God, I have lost my child, lost my job. If you don't pray, you will soon lose your life. The devil does not have compassion for your tears. Am I talking to somebody here?
Yes, sir.
And I used to tell people like Dr. Tiko Lukoya will say, if you don't pray against them, they will soon repent when you have died, and they will give their life to Christ and go to heaven. Dr. Lukoya said this knowledge came to him when they were doing it. They delivered a young girl in their church, and the young girl was delivered from a witchcraft covenant, and the girl begins to confess. He said, I want to tell you the things I did. I had just 2 brothers. One of them was a doctor, one was a lawyer. They were orphans, and these 2 brothers were the pillars. And when you join witchcraft, they frustrate your life. You become nobody. This young girl killed the doctor, killed the lawyer, and then later gave her life to Christ, became born again, and joined intercessor. I don't know about you, but I didn't come to this world to be wasted by any human being. Am I talking to somebody here? We are going to pray tonight, this morning, and as you take this prayer point, something that has been tied in your life will be loose. Let me hear your amen like a believer. Lord, every agent of premature death in my family, every human being sponsoring the pains of my family, Lord, disgrace them this morning in the name of Jesus. Are you ready to pray? Lift up your hand to heaven. Say with me, my Father, my Father, my Father, my Father. I did not hear you well. My Father, my Father. As I begin to pray, every agent of the devil, every agent of the devil, I'm death in my family, I'm death in my family, Lord. Disgrace them, disgrace them, in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Clap your hands. Say, my Father, my Father, my Father, my Father. Every arrow of premature death, every arrow of premature to sender. Return back to sender. Return back to sender. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Lift your hands up. Stretch your hands towards his altar. Wherever you are, if you are seated, be standing. Stretch your hands towards his altar. From beginning to the end, no place like you. Yes, Lord. You are God. From beginning to the end, there's no place like you. You are God. You got time and seasons in your hand. You call for life. You call for life out of that land. Oh, you don't need a man to be the God you are. That you have chosen, Lord. To call me yours, to call me yours. Now beginning to end. Somebody lift your hands and just worship. You are God. You are God. You are God. You are God. From beginning to the end. There is no place for you. You are God by yourself. Father, we worship you this morning. We thank you for gathering us again in this Ebenezer Sunday. I thank you, Lord, because you will show yourself as Ebenezer God in somebody's life, and you will help somebody out of a challenge here. Thank you because healing's taken place already. Amen. And we bless your name for the miracles. Amen. Lord, may no man share in your glory. We are just vessels. We are just instruments for you to use us. And when you are done, please take all the glory. We just privileged and honored that you are using us. I commit everyone in this sanctuary this morning, inside and outside. I prophesy that you will not return without your miracle. Amen. You will not return without the testimony. Amen. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Go ahead and give Jesus a clap offering. Hallelujah. Please, while we are still standing, I'd like us to honor some great men of God that are here. There are so many men of God that are inside the crowd that we can get to. But first of all, we have some men of God here. Please stand up and honor them for me. Celebrate God for Reverend Etta Peter that is here. And he's here with his wife. Can you do that better, please? Hallelujah. We also have with us here Pastor Kum Franklin from Winners Chapel, Douala. Can he wave, please? That's him all the way there. Go ahead, can you do that better, please? The man of God, a young Moise from mile 14, is he here? Can we go ahead and celebrate God for him? Briefly this morning, for very few time, I want to look at the benefits of uprightness. Hallelujah. Go ahead and be seated, please. I'm giving us a short exhortation this morning titled The Benefits of Uprightness. You can call it the benefit of living right in the eyes of God. The objective of the message this morning is to understand the benefits of living or walking in uprightness. We live in a time where living right for God looks almost impossible in the eyes of men. We live in a time where compromise has become the natural order of the day. We are living in a generation where if you put a Christian and an unbeliever, you may literally not be able to tell the difference at all. We are living in a time where somebody can be saying that he is a Christian, a child of God, and the life does not look it at all. And the general notion is everybody is like that. The greatest deception of Satan to a human being is to place a mindset in you that everybody is compromising the way you're compromising. I know many young girls who are living in fornication and they have a mindset that everybody does it. He said in that scripture where we read from verse 13, and these are scriptures that are not read in the church again, and yet they are in the scripture. Can you be going there? It says, and follow peace with all men. Live a right life with all men, and holiness, without which no man shall see God. Whoever told you that you can ever see God, you can ever make it at the end of this life and return back to fellowship with God without embracing the life of holiness, told you a big lie. Follow peace with all men, not some men, all men. And holiness, not minus holiness or holiness, and. It is a prefix of addition, and holiness, without which no man will see God. It did not say entitlement. You can be an apostle and still not see God if you don't have holiness. It did not say follow peace with all men and a position in church. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. It did not say follow peace with all men and enough money on earth and you will make God. No, sir. You can be very rich on earth like the rich fool in the Bible and see a good dose of your reward in hell. Follow peace with all men and holiness, right, upright living. Without which, if this one is absent, forget about seeing God. And I can tell you something, friends. The greatest achievement of a man is not flying to Canada. The greatest achievement of a man is not getting married to the prettiest woman on earth. The greatest achievement of a young girl is not building your own house. The greatest achievement in life is that at the end of it, you saw the one that created you. That at the end of this world, you are able to meet the man that created you in his own image. And he says, welcome back, my son. The greatest achievement. What is uprightness? Because the word uprightness is the replacement for the word holiness here. Because it has become almost harsh. That right now, can you imagine that pastors are now differentiated into those that preach holiness and those that don't preach it? And I wonder how you follow the one that don't preach it when the Bible says without it you can't make heaven. When the Lord called me into ministry, an elder man of God called me and said, I heard you have accepted the call into full time. I said, with all due honor, sir, what a great joy. He said, young man, I've been in ministry now for more than 13 years. I want to teach you a secret to grow the church fast. I said, wow, I love learning. Learning is one of my greatest appetites. I learned even from fools. I told people that a wise man learns from fools. Only fools can learn, not even from wise men. A wise man will learn from a fool how not to be a fool. I said, Daddy, with all pleasure, sir, please, I will need this point. How can I do for church to grow? He said, make sure you don't preach holiness at all. Make sure you don't talk on sin. Just tell the people they will make it and make them to be excited. The more they are glad, the more they come there. I said, wow, 13 years, 50 members in the church. What a growth to learn from. How shall you pay me as a man of God to gather thousands of people, and at the end when the trumpet is sounded, none of them makes it to heaven? I can tell you the greatest fight you have ever seen is going to be in hell. Not against boxers, not against fighters, but Christians should be beating their pastors. Pastor, you did not preach me the truth. You collected my money and excited me. You made me to think that alcohol was okay. You made me to think that fornication was okay. You made me to think nothing was wrong with my dressing, and I ended up in hell. But I want to pray for somebody. Your blood may never be on my hair. God's word says, without holiness, no man, not even the Pope, not even the Bishop, not even the Apostle, not even the Reverend, not even the Elder, no man shall see God. And the Word of God tells us clearly, the Word of God shall never fail. The grass will wither, God's Word doesn't fail. Are we communicating here? Isaiah 40 verse 8 makes us know that the Word of God standeth sure, does not fail at all. Sit down, please. Somebody say here. He said the grass withered, the flower faded, but the word of our God shall stand forever. What is the grass? The grass, when you read Psalms 23 verse 1, it's talking when the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. That's grass, which is what? Knowledge. So you see the Bible say the grass shall wither. It's saying that knowledge shall expire. The flower, what is the flower? It's beautiful. The flower is the beautiful part. All money is flower. Beauty is flower. The latest suit is flower. The best car is flower. Motivational preaching is flower. Nice shoes is flower. Someone will say, oh pastor, I love what you are wearing. These are all flower. And the Bible said the flower also fill it. But the word. But the word. Allow your beauty to stop you from serving God. It is flower. If you like, look for a mother here who is in her 70s and she will tell you she was one of the queens of her youth. It failed. The flower will soon fade. If you have ever bought original flower and you get in your house, it looks beautiful until the sun sets and you look at it and it doesn't make any sense. It is possible for the pastors to take their chairs and sit front here. Let them put seats there. Those that are to be ordained, I don't have a problem at all. I don't have a problem at all. Okay. So if there is need for that, it should be done. They bring chairs inside. The pastors can sit in front of here. Jesus preached, they sat even on top of the stones. We are being merciful that you don't sit on the ground because it's your day. Some of your family members can beat. I will give you just 3 definitions of uprightness and we are going to be praying. Number 1, uprightness means living in the fear of God. Sometimes people say, I'm man of God, I want to live upright. But the question is, what is it all about? Get your chairs, please. Get your chairs and come. Join them. There are 12 of you, so join. Let all the 12 chairs enter there. Sit down quickly. Then get some other chairs, put them there. Any elderly person outside, please. It will be those. The fear of God. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This place is being written by one of the richest men that ever lived, Solomon. Solomon was so hungry to taste life that Solomon ended up marrying 1,000 women, 700 legitimate wives and 300 additional concubines. Solomon has orchards and slave servants and male servants. Solomon had everything you can ever think about. All the money you want to win from Paris food, Solomon had it. All the gold and the silver, Solomon had it. And Solomon would have said, listen to the conclusion, my brother. Money is the best thing. Solomon slept with every woman you could think of. The albinos, the Indians, the Chinese, all the colors you can think of. Brown hair, yellow hair, green hair, confused hair, like we find in the Africa, where you can find a girl with black, blue and yellow, and you don't know which country she's from. Solomon slept with everybody. I thought at the end of it, Solomon should say, listen to the conclusion, my brother, I prefer an Indian girl for you. Solomon wore all the shoes. At the end of it, I thought Solomon said, my brother, listen to the conclusion. I prefer that you buy an Italian leather shoe. It is the best. Solomon stayed in all the best houses. Solomon can ended by saying, my brother, this is the conclusion about life. I think that you should prefer to stay in a glass house than a stony house, or you should prefer to stay in a block house than a Karabuta house. At the end of it all, Solomon ends his entire message of destiny by saying that now, my friends, listen to the conclusion. Now you're learning from a man that have already had the experience. Listen to the total conclusion. And what is the conclusion? Fear God. Fear this God. This God that people are making you think you can serve him anyhow. This God that you are abusing and looking down upon. That you can be in church and be answering a God. That you can be in church and from church you are going to fornication. That you can leave church and you are laughing and insulting God. Yesterday night a woman was passing the street with a bottle of beer, and she said that the thing where Jesus do it for me, now he make him and they drink. So, and I looked at her and my heart was broken. I said, what a generation of no fear for God. No fear for God. That's why somebody can be in a service like this and picks a phone and goes home, not knowing that you have picked all the poverty of people in the church. That's why somebody can be in a service like this, and rather than hearing the word of God, he's distracted by the girl by his side, because fornication is pursuing him from the father's house. No fear for God. Hear the conclusion of the matter. Let this one strike you hard. Fear God. God is gentle but also very terrible. The same God that used his hands and created Lucifer is the same God that produced hell and dropped him inside. He said, God loves me so much. Can God allow me to go to hell? Yes, his justice will make you go there. Because God is God by judgmental lifestyle. He has a justice system. If you are a high court judge and your son killed somebody a first degree murder, and you are a just judge, what will be your sentence? Is it guilty or not guilty? Is it death by hanging or 2 years imprisonment? Yet it is your own child. But because you made a vow to serve your country in respect, to serve your country in dignity, you will sentence that child, not because you hate the child. I believe that if there is a woman who is a high judge and she wants to stand on what is right, and she looks at the penal code and she says, according to Article 6.2, subsection 5, this is a first degree murder, and the consequence is death
by hanging, she will make the decision for her own son, and at the end of it she will be crying. Her parents could not stop her from executing justice. God will not send you to hell because he hates you. He will send you to hell because he loves you and he's a just God. He gave you an opportunity to surrender to him and you abuse it because of a boy that cannot even take care of himself. He gave you an opportunity to surrender to him and you insulted the privilege because of a hunger and a desire for finances on earth, that he will die and live on earth. Hear the conclusion of the matter: fear God and keep his commandment. Whatever he says, keep it. For this is the whole duty of man. If you want to summarize why man is on earth, he said there are two things. Man is on earth, number one, to fear God. Number two, to obey God. That's why man is on earth. Not to make money, those are just extras. Not to get married, that's just extra. If marriage is what makes man, then Jesus was not man. If marriage is what makes man, then Paul was not man. If having a child is what makes man, then Paul was a useless person. If traveling abroad is what makes man, then Jesus must have been a failure because he never entered a plane in his lifetime. If having billions and plenty money is what defines a man, then Jesus should be an episode of uselessness, because as according to 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 9, he became poor so that we may become rich through him. If dressing nice is what makes a man, then Jesus will be the most regrettable leader to follow, because he was naked on the cross. If being buried in a nice tomb is what makes a great man, then Jesus would have been a very useless man, because he did not die from a normal disease. He was killed on the cross like a criminal of high degree, buried inside a cave. And the grave tomb was not sealed with ties like some of us do in cemeteries. His own tomb was covered by a stone. Just roll it and keep it there. And they could come and steal the body. That means you could come and open the grave, take him out. So soldiers were there. What you think is greatness in the eyes of God is uselessness. The whole duty of man is to fear God and keep his commandments. That means if you find a young girl that fears God, you have found a great girl. My sister, it is not how winding you can wind your waist that makes you a girl. It is how fearful you fear God. That you can leave service when it's not yet time, because Johnny, who does not even clean his anus, is at the roadside. It is the highest disgrace of maximal impromptu, defined on your life as an integral definition of uselessness in disregard to Yeshua God. That a young man can despise God because of a contract. So the whole duty of man is to fear God. If you find a man that fears God, honor him. Amen. I've seen young girls left men that fear God for scammers, only to end up being scammed, because that's what a scammer does. How can you say you had heartbreak and who break your heart? Scammers. Scammers will do what? It is his level of gifting. That's why before you start praying for your sister that the Lord is in control, first ask her, what stupid thing did you do? Because every pain of man has always been connected to a stupid act of man. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 28 to 29. Look at what the word of God says. What is the fear of God? Hebrews 12, 28 and 29. It says, wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. There is a way you serve God and he rejects it. Verse 29. For our God is a consuming fire. Sometimes when we read this, we don't know what is connecting it to it. Look at verse 28, then you understand that the Lord our consuming fire is not for witches, it's for Christians. Look at verse 28. He said, hey, believers, when you will receive the kingdom of God, know that this kingdom cannot be moved. You cannot change it. It stands still. It is the same ancient kingdom. The same kingdom of righteousness is the same kingdom. Nobody can tell you another thing. He said, the kingdom of God is not meat and bread, but righteousness, peace, and holiness in the Holy Ghost. That is the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God has never changed. The kingdom of God is the same kingdom. The kingdom of God is the same kingdom of righteousness, the same kingdom of holiness, the same kingdom of purity, the same kingdom of standards. It is the same kingdom. It does not change because the preacher changed. The fact that Apostle Paul left and other young prophets came, the kingdom has not changed. The message on the platform may change because people want money in their pockets, but the kingdom is not changeable. Am I talking to somebody here? Many names may come, but the kingdom is not changeable. The kingdom does not change. It does not move. It's also let us have grace. This grace is not the grace that makes you sin and come and sing. It is a grace that makes you to serve God acceptably, because you can preach and God does not accept it. You can dance and God does not accept it. You can give and God does not accept it. But there is a kind of service that God accepts. It is a service given in number one, reverence and godly fear. He said, if you don't do this, remember, our God is a consuming fire. Which means that if you refuse to follow him in godly fear, then get ready for his fire dimension. He gave you grace, you refuse to accept him, then get ready for our God who is a consuming fire. The same God who is a consuming lover is also a consuming fire. Second Corinthians 7 verse 1. 2 Corinthians 7 verse 1. The Bible says, having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and the spirit, and perfecting holiness in the fear of God. Today, Christian can be lying and praying in tongues. He's in church. Yes, hello. Yeah. No, I didn't answer my now. Okay. It's a Christian. No fear of God. No fear of God. A pastor can just be coming from a hotel from messing up with a girl and he's holding mic and he's prophesying. I receive. What are you receiving? I'm saying it because some are here that are being ordained. And you have to understand that following God, Bible says you must cleanse yourself from all filthiness of the flesh and the spirit. This flesh is one of your greatest enemies. Most of you will prefer to disobey God than to disobey the flesh. The flesh said, today I want additional eyelash 2 centimeters. Say, God, take up. There are young girls right now that have been wondering, their miracle can't come because the angel brings in, can't identify you. The picture from heaven is not the picture they are seeing. The person God created was a black girl. The one existing is a yellow girl. So the angel comes and says, where is black or Suzanne? He said, no, this one is yellow Suzanne. What I have here is black Suzanne. And she has black hair. This one has blue hair. How come? How many of you know that most of all of you here love God, but your flesh, you love it more than God? Most people, the enemy of serving God is their higher love for the flesh than God. That's why we tell a young girl that God wants you to dress decent. That message is the only reason she will not come to that church again. And yet the Bible tells us in Proverbs chapter 31 that there is a dressing of the virtuous woman. And in Proverbs chapter 6, it says there's a dressing of the harlot. So there are some clothes that are for harlots, and there are some clothes that are for virtuous women. Am I talking to somebody here?
Yes, sir.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For our price is far above rubies. This woman is very, very expensive. You don't find anyhow. Don't find anyhow. fine anyhow. There are some young girls, by the way they dress and pass on the road, a boy can never address them like a dog. Psst. No. Her appearance attracts honor. If you even don't know her name, you say, auntie, please, sister, please, excuse me, man. Honor. But some of you, you don't know. Every time they name, they are just telling you the other simile of you, dog. Bigo, 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 bigo. Am I talking to somebody here?
Yes, sir.
I told people before, when you dress naked, men take you out. When you dress well, they take you in. If you want to enter the house of a man like a wife, dress like a wife. If you keep dressing like a party girl, you will end up in the party, end up in the club. And when they finish with you, they leave you on the street. But when a man finds a good looking woman, he can know that this can be a mother to my kids.
Yeah, you daddy.
How many of you know that these boys that like the way you dress, when they finish with you, they come back to a church like this to look for wife?
Yes, sir.
Because their mind tells them this one can be wife. This one that can eat ice cream for 5,000, now wife that. That is a cooling machine. That is fish. Who marries fish? In these strong times in La Republic, who is marrying? My wife existed in this very land, and I knew her when she was not saved. I told her before, I never picked her height. Wearing all what was wearable. Never, even if God told me, I said, no. Because there was a taste to wife. When she gave her life to Christ, the first thing that the Lord told her was, the place where I'm taking you to, this thing will enter there. So burn them. And something had told her that these dresses are very expensive. And one thing about those satanic apparels is that they are still costly. Using your money and escape way to poverty and then to hell. She said she would dash it. God said, if I say you can't wear it, you can't give it to another. So burn them. She now burned them and started picking. So some of the most modest clothes are very cheap. Very cheap. She started wearing those good clothes that cover her body and give her the decency of a wife. So when God told me that's your wife, I did not argue. I said, Father, to you, to you, Jesus. Some fire. Proverbs chapter 23 verse 17 to 18. Look at what the Bible says here. Proverbs 23, 17 to 18. It says, let not thy heart envy sinners. Every time you are looking at a sinner who is moving around and jumping, he's a scammer with plenty money. Bible says, don't envy them at all. He's womanizing and enjoying. Don't envy them at all. Every sinner does not deserve to be envied at all. Let not your heart envy sinners. Say, Pastor, I have this my friend, she has money, she doesn't even beg. Her boyfriend is giving her money. She has 3 boyfriends. One of her boyfriends takes care of her hair, one of the boyfriends takes care of her bills, one of the boyfriends takes care of her school fees. All of them will take care of her covenant. Don't bother, leave her alone. All of them will contribute for the burial. Let not your heart envy sinners. See, a young girl is comparing with a girl that you don't know what she's doing to survive, rather than fearing and loving God. That's why some of you now are being tempted. You say, this my friend does not even go to church. Now she has already married. You don't know the shrine she entered to marry. Just wait and see how it ends up. Whether she entered there with 32 teeth, look at what she will come out with. The Bible says, don't let not your heart envy sinners, but what should you do? But be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. Look at verse 18. Why should you do this? For surely there is an end. That sinner has an end. But for you, your expectation shall not be cut off. I prophesy to somebody here, God is about to decorate your life. If you are believers, stand up and shout, Amen! What does it mean to fear God? Tell yourself, Job chapter 28 verse 28, it says it defines to us the fear of the Lord. What is the fear of the Lord? It says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. So number one, fearing God is a proof of wisdom. And it says, and to depart from evil is understanding. So the fear of the Lord is an expression of wisdom, and it's also an expression of understanding. And when you fear God, you depart from evil. Proverbs chapter 8 verse 13 gives us a vivid picture of what the fear of the Lord is. It says the fear of the Lord is to, number one, hate evil. Hate evil. You cannot say you fear God and you condone with evil. Somebody said lie and you are lying. Here our mama here was taking export thinking I would give her peace. And that lie of the devil, now she's enjoying peace that is beyond her understanding. Hate evil. All those your friends that are pumping you with alcohol, they are killing you before your time. Every stick of cigarette reduces a man's lifespan by 4 minutes. You can imagine how many lifespan you lose by finishing one packet. Africans die earlier than white man because they are too intelligent to produce it, send it to you and not take it. They dress, they wear to act film, you now wear it to move on the road. And in real life they dress decent, you carry it and become your own real life. Say, if you say you fear God, hey Pastor, I'm like this, I fear God, I fear God. That's the definition. The fear of the Lord, number one, is to hate evil. So if you fear God, you will not tell lies. If you fear God, you will not be dating a man's husband, another woman's husband, and you are causing pain, and you think you will escape. My sister, you can never escape. You are causing another woman pain, and you are thinking you can escape. God is not a foolish God. Hate evil. Somebody cannot be by your side and is doing what is wrong and you are accepting it. When you steal a woman's purse and you remove the money and you throw the purse on the road, you may be happy because now you have money, but the evil of that action will follow you. You have just stolen the money that the woman was about to pay for her own child's operation. Now the child died. You have no idea the consequences of your actions. Consequences of your actions. You are alive because somebody decided to carry you for 9 months. Vomited, threw up, was sick, was falling, morning sickness, afternoon sickness, evening sickness, night sickness, man sickness, all the sicknesses. Somebody carried it for you. And you now decided to be removing your own as if you're removing water from a bottle. You will pay for it. Hate evil. Let's stop just laughing in church and coming to church and smiling, and yet you are condoling with wickedness. Tying people in the pot. You're a witch here, you're tying people, your own has ended. You came to the wrong place, because if you don't lose them in 74 hours, you're a dead person. What level of wickedness is that? One of my uncles that have been able to fought me, poisoned me 7 times, and none of the poison worked. Tried to kill me by all means, and it never worked. And God showed me, he said, this man is a wizard. I said, Lord, thank you. And I started against him, and I told my father, this your brother, this your elder brother, he's a wicked man, he's a wizard, and he will soon die. But before he died, God is going to show him some things. I said, no, you know. I said, I know what I'm saying. I'm a man of God. Yesterday, my father ran to my office. Say, something's happening, there's fire on the mountain. I said, of course, mountains always have fire. The problem is, what kind of fire? Is it volcanic fire? Is it eruptive fire? Is it bush fire? What fire? And the man has tied all the sons. Some are married, that's the father, ties all the sons. Some are married, no child. One of the sons climbed the bike, had an accident, lost the senses. I went to the village. I went, one of my sons here, who was the person? I was with you. I had to go and pray for the young man, for the senses to come back. I was with Scott the other day. I think we were in Boya with some Pastor Peter, and you saw him, and I was showing you. Started talking, I said, wow. The father tried to use him, it didn't work. Tied all the children, none of the girls married. And I told my father, as long as God called me in this family, these guys must be exposed. I kept on praying. And yesterday he ran to my office and told me that my uncle's children, my cousins have called him. Said, please, so he should come home. If it's possible that I come to. I said, me, I'm not coming. I said, what's going on? As they said, they went and discovered under the father, the father was going to do sacrifice in one of the rooms. They don't enter there. And then as he was killed the fowl, as he was going there, the blood was sprinkling on the road. So they traced it, only to trace it and meet the man. They are still tying the children. Hey, gudu. My first son, hey, gudu. I gave birth to you, you will not go far. Hey, gudu. My daughter, you will enjoy singleness. Hey, gudu. You may be laughing, but I'm telling you of a reality. My wife was there. He was telling me he wants to go. Let me give him transport. I said, no, you can't go anywhere. Stay here. Go nowhere. Wickedness must surely come to an end. I said wickedness must surely come to an end. And can I use this opportunity to prophesy to somebody? Any wicked person in your family that has tied you and your brothers and sisters, I prophesy that satanic chain is broken by fire. Can I hear an amen like thunder? Wherever they tie your womb, I lose your womb. Whenever they tie your star, I lose your star. Whenever they tie your finances, I lose. Somebody look at somebody and say, wickedness is real. Take a seat. He's a very uncle. I took one of my sons to the village and he poisoned meat and gave me an hint to eat. That's to kill all of us in the village. And while he was poisoning the meat, the Lord opened my eyes and I saw it. Wickedness is real. You've not seen videos where somebody came for your own wedding and rubbed hand on your stomach? That was barrenness transfer. You thought they came to celebrate with you when they came to terminate you. You think it's everybody that congratulates you that means it? Your best friend can be smiling with you and sleeping with your husband. Any girl that admires a married man is possessed with witchcraft. Witchcraft. You are free to say, Pastor ALAIN is cute, but you are not permitted to think it could be your husband. He is taken and taken. For to be thinking it at all, it means you have witchcraft nomia. Am I talking to somebody here? It's very easy to say, that young pastor slept with the Christian in the church. You didn't look at it that the Christian slept with the pastor. Some churches, the Christians are raping the pastor. I'm telling you, a young girl came to my office here and told me that the pastor is supposed to be her husband. I said, how did that one come? He said, as she entered the church, the Holy Spirit opened her eyes. And she saw in the spirit how the pastor was wedding her. Small girl, big pastor. I said, it is a lie. That's a demon spirit. Say, pastor, no. I said, I need to pray it. I said, pastor, you cannot pray this spirit out. I must marry the man. I was telling my wife, I said, can you imagine the witchcraft in church? A sister came to church, did not see vision for her destiny, did not see vision for her education, he seen vision for the man of God. We are beginning to play with God. God is going to send a judgmental hand in this end time that most of us will not believe it. Am I talking to somebody here? It's very bad. It's very bad. I'm telling you, I engaged my wife. A young girl came to me. I said, Pastor, I was praying for you, and the Lord showed me, said, this is not your wife. I said, do I ever know you? Have we ever met before? I need to know, because as you see me like this, I've never known you. Never met you. We can never meet, not by error. So, but Pastor, I'm talking to you. I said, no. I reject that voice. I have never seen you before. So you went and prayed for me, and the area you choose to pray was for God to reveal my fiancé to you. As who? As my spiritual protocol or my spiritual judge? Or as the replacement? Can I hear an amen? Touch your neighbor, say, get to a point where you know God for yourself. I'm telling you, because this generation, some of the scammers have left plain 419. They are now holding what I'm holding. They are now holding what I'm holding. Woman, come here. I see that your car, that new car you bought, I see that. Now, sow it as a seed. So the dead can kill her, but can't kill you. What a pastor. What an anointing. But I am that very dangerous kind of preacher. I have the grace of one of my friend, man of God in Limbe. One of the sons attended a crusade in Boya, and the man of God came from Nigeria and came and saw that young Christian and said, hey, I see you came with the car. You know, they put some of those boys on the street when you're driving your car, they begin to write down numbers. Those of you that are very interested in prophecy should soon be propheted out of life. They write down the numbers and they submit to the man, and the man starts, I see car number 00521 AZ. Now I go, hey, it's my car, it's my car. He said, oh, my God, my son, you are lucky you came here. If you did not come here, you'd have died. Because I saw a drastic accident killing you, but the Lord says, sow it as a seed and you are free. He said, yes, prophet, I sow it as a seed. You know, when you give your life to Christ young, the worst thing that can happen to you is to enter the hands of the wrong pastor. So sow it as a seed. The boy, innocently loving God, gave it a powerful jeep, and then took a taxi back to church. He's being pastored by another man of God. And then the pastor is like me. So the next day the pastor said, where's your car? He said, Daddy, I saw it as a seed. To who? He said, Pastor Baba, in the crusade last night, that prophet from Nigeria, he said he saw death. He said, who is your father? Me. Who prayed for you? Me. I have not seen death. Somebody saw death, you gave the car. Even if he saw death and God says sow the seed, now me you go swam. Follow me, let's go. Let's go to the prophet that jumped my prophetic office. And they drove to the man of God's hotel room. He said, sir, please, can I have the key? And it took some very brutal boys. That's why there are some boys in church. We should fast forward their salvation a little, so that some roughness stays to do some dangerous beatings in the church. If you are to be saved on the 15th of July, we'll push it to 15th November. So that in between that time, you can beat some criminals well. Every pastor needs like 2 of these guys. I think I have one around. But that one just gave his life to Christ lately, so I have none. You can't stay here for long and not truly surrender. That's a weakness. So he took some of those 2 guys and they brutally went there. He said, hey, can I have the car keys? He said, what? He gave it as a seed. I said, shut up, which seed? Can a baby sow seed when the mother did not permit? Give me the car key back. Say, no, but I saw that. He said, me, I didn't see that. 2 of us are prophets. So who is now prophet line? I didn't see that at all. If in case you saw that, give me the car. I'm driving. He said, you will die. He said, I will reach my house and call you that I've reached home. I can't die. Let nobody intimidate you with the spirituality as if they know God better. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes, sir. Took the car from the man and carried his son and then drove back to Limbe, and he handed the car keys to him and said, the day you are led to sow the seeds, this is the prophet to sow to. Don't ever do that nonsense. You know, we don't have humble men of God like Benny Hinn. A woman grew up in a small church growing like this one, poor and wretched, and her pastor prayed for her in Douala, prayed for her until she won a contract with the government and made her first $1 million. And then since her church was small, she saw her pastor too small to receive the first fruit of his prayer. So she went and now sent the $1 million to Benny Hinn in America. Benny Hinn saw the money from Cameroon, traced the number, called the lady, said, madam, we saw a seed of $1 million. Please, what is it for? He said, Daddy, is my first fruit. He said, do you worship with us? Because we don't know there's a Benny Hinn center in Cameroon. Do you worship with us? He said, no, sir. He said, do you have a local church, you fellowship in Cameroon? He said, yes, sir. He said, then we are sending back the first fruit. Sow it there. That is why such people are going. Most of us men of God are killing ourselves, destroying and fighting each other, rather than constructing the body of Christ. Am I talking to somebody here? That's why somebody will put you down and say, drink and don't get drunk. Don't confuse scripture. And the question is, have they ever shown you the scripture? but you believe it because it is nicer to your taste. God is in the heart, is not in the body. Does not matter how you dress, forget it. The question is, whoever cut mango without seeing the ripeness on the skin? When mango ripes inside, it will show outside.
Yes, sir.
If you born again inside, it will show outside.
Yes, sir.
Any mango that is ripe inside and the skin is still green is sunripe. Any Christian that says he's born again inside and all the lamps outside, press outside like chest pop and bake, and it's all outside, my sister, you are sunripe Christian. They bake you overnight. The oil was too hot. You know, if you want to fry gâteau, the oil must not be too hot. If not, the thing just burn over, the skin is not cooked. Can a young girl be worshipping and the ampy that is carrying antenatal spirit is also showing? What kind of divine worship is that one? The Spirit of the Lord take. We are wondering what people are taking. Are they taking the Spirit of God or the anointing of the ancient of altars? I know in your mind now, I should leave this place very quickly before I embarrass your boyfriend you came with. But my duty is to handle it. So if you came a boyfriend, girlfriend, it is sin. They don't clap for such messages. Have you seen anybody sow seed here? They don't sow seed for such preachings at all. Never. Even pastors sit here. What is uprightness? Uprightness is being positively zealous for God and the things of God. In John chapter 2 verse 17, the Bible says, and the zeal of the Lord consumed the life of Jesus Christ. In 2 Samuel 6 verse 22, you see David expressing his zeal for God. I will even be more vile and zealous for my God. When you say that you want to live upright, you are positively zealous for God. Going to church, you are excited. Praising God, you are excited. Hearing God's word, you are excited in your spirit. What is uprightness? Number 3. Uprightness is living in such a way. Now listen to this very carefully. Living in such a way as to please God by all means possible. Living in a way as to please God by all means possible. All means possible. Please be touching the worship, please. As to please God by all means possible. That's what it means to be upright. It means you're a young girl that have made up your mind. I am going to live in a way that God will be happy with my life. Dr. Paul Enenche was the one that said, if the goal of life is not just to be happy in life, but to be happy, but to be happy in God. You can be happy, but the question is God happy? You can finish smoking in hell and you are happy, you are high. The question, my brother, is God happy? You can finish committing fornication for 5 minutes and you enjoy this pleasure. My sister, the question is God happy? You can be living with the man of your dreams who has not paid your bride price, not seen your father, and you are happy. The question is God happy with such a union? You can be happy you aborted the baby and nobody knew you ever got pregnant. The question is God happy? You can be seated here right now and there are all kind of pornographic pictures in the phone you brought into church and you are happy that you have an iPhone. My sister, the question is God happy with that phone? How can you be in church and there is a condom in your pocket? Is God happy with your life at all? How can you be in church and there is a second class plan after now? Some of you after now you'll be going for meetings where you're drinking your music, and the question is God happy with such a relationship? Say, this is my best friend, that is my best friend. The question is, you may like it, but is God happy with it? The goal of life is not just to be happy, but for you to live in a way that the one that created you is happy. Psalms chapter number 100 and verse 3, it makes us to understand that God created us for his pleasure. not for your pleasure. He said, know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that has made us and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. It is God that has made us, not we ourselves. You did not just happen because you choose to happen. Can I find one person here that can tell me that, Pastor, I decided to come and I came? Pastor, I was born in 1983 because I choose to come on that year. You came because there is a supreme God that said it's time to come. And then you now came and decided to live in a way that every other person is happy except God. Have you heard people that say that as long as I'm happy, any other person can go to hell? My sister, that is a very wrong, diabolic statement to make. Every now and then you have to look at your life and ask yourself, is God happy with my life? Because he made me. He created me. Is he happy with my life? I had a dog I bought. The name of the dog was Zulu. I kept that dog for a while. And as the master of the dog, there were expectations I had. Number one, I expected that Zulu will even be able to bark, so that people will not come around my house. Enemies will not just come around there. Number three, I expected that Zulu even know where to poo-poo. I expected that Zulu will know me and differentiate me from other people. I expected that Zulu will be able to obey simple instructions like sit down, go out, quiet. Zulu never obeyed any of those instructions. Zulu did as Zulu liked. And I named the dog Zulu after Zulu, one of the presidents of South Africa, thinking that the dog would behave like a president, but the dog chose to behave like the president of another country that I'm living in, rather than South Africa.
I hear you, sir. I hear you.
One day I looked at Zulu and said, Zulu, I bought you, fed you, for you to make me happy. One thing you don't understand is that this food you are eating is not because you made it. It is because there is a man that is owning you, that is deciding to feed you every day for you to make him happy. I was bathing Zulu. I even brought a dog doctor to come and inject Zulu. Not because the Zulu was very special. Not because Zulu made a phone call, but because I, the owner, I decided to protect Zulu. Do you know why you missed the accident many years ago? Not because you were so gifted. It's because the man that owns you is protecting you. Do you know why you have very beautiful face? Not for you to be charming boys everywhere, but because the one that made you wanted to see you worshiping him in your beauty. And he looks at you and says, what a beautiful girl I made. But you choose to use the beauty to be seducing men around. You choose to use your intelligence to be jumping numbers or parry foot everywhere. What a useless disgrace to the maker. My father is here, he can tell you. I called him one day, I said, please, can you sell Zulu for me? He sold Zulu, and the price I bought Zulu as a young dog was not compared to the price Zulu was sold as a big dog. Zulu was sold to these guys that kill dogs mercilessly and cook it on the street. Ask my father, I never collected the money, because in as much as I said Zulu should be sold, I don't want it again. It still pains my heart. Even the money to touch it, I didn't touch it. I told him, go ahead, do something with the money. Sometimes if God will leave you to go to hell, he will still be feeling pain. But it's a decision he has to make, because he cannot keep a Zulu that cannot honor him. You say, man of God, I am praying for God to give me long life to continue drinking and fofo. Long life to continue going to meetings on Sunday and selling a crown Sunday, rather than coming to church for 4 hours, 3 hours. You can stay in a Jangi meeting all night, stay in a family meeting till day dawn, but once 4 hours is passed in God's house, you are already irritated enough, you want to go home, because you don't honor God at all. You cannot sleep watching a Nigerian film, but you can sleep while the man of God is preaching a message. Do you realize that somebody made you, and the person can blow you out of life? You may not realize it, but the reason you are being educated the way you are is because there is a creator in the heavens that wants to push you forward so that he can be honored. You are not being educated to be bragging around. You're not a handsome boy to be destroying the lives of young girls. You are handsome to glorify God. I know of a particular young man that met me in Yaoundé and said, sir, if you are serving God, I will serve him. And when I asked him why, he said, I look at you, you're very intelligent, educated, and you're good looking, and you mean you gave all to follow God? Who is me not to follow God? I did not even go to university, yet you graduated in the medical school and you decided to serve God. He says, sir, just for this, I want to serve God.
Amen. Amen.
You don't know that there are many girls that will look at a pretty girl like you worshiping God and they will come to church. You decide to use your beautiful voice to be singing Celine Dion songs, lucky to musics, rather than singing a song that can glorify God. Is it not a shame that you can't sing 3 praise songs without making a mistake? But you can sing 52 worldly musics. You know all the writers, the authors, their dates of birth, and yet you don't even know the day Jesus died and why he died. Is it not a disgrace that you know Lucky Tuesday, Bob Marley's day, and yet you don't know the resurrection day? Is it not a disgrace that you know exactly the mother of Michael Jackson, the day Michael Jackson was born, yet you don't know who gave birth to Jesus, yet you don't know why he was born, yet you don't know his greatest assignment on earth? If you are not careful, the church will become the express route to hell, because we have turned into entertainment zones. We were doing a crusade here in Ebenezer, and a young man wrote me and said, man of God, I saw the crusade poster, and he said, I am a comedian. Please, can I come and keep the people of God entertained? What a world. We now need comedians to entertain people, because Jesus is not enough. You need to make them laugh for them to come. If not, they won't come. If you preach like this, where they are angry, they are going and they are gone. Is it not better to pastor 100 that 99 will make heaven, than to pastor 10,000 and not 2 will make heaven, including the pastor? Help me to live my life in a way that brings you honor. Help me to live my life in a way that brings you joy. For you are my God. Oh Lord, you are my God. For you are my God. Oh Lord, you are my God. Take your seat quickly. Let me say this to you, and then we wrap up from here. What are the keys to pleasing God? Number 1, you must have a lively conscience. In Acts 23 verse 1, the Apostle Paul said, Acts 23 verse 1, and Paul, earnestly beholding the council, said, men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before God till this day. If you are ever going to please God, you have to ask God, God, give me a good conscience, a tender conscience. How can I tell you why you can sin and not feel it? Because you have, the Bible says, it is a conscience smeared with iron. Smeared with iron. Snared with iron. There's a video that entered my WhatsApp phone one time. I never watched it to the end. In fact, I just opened it closed. I don't know, some of you have watched it. And I saw a lady taking 2 kids and hitting them on the wall, hitting the head, bouncing living children. And I closed it. I just couldn't watch any further. I don't know what happened, but I know she finally killed those children. She was not showing herself, she was showing the children, and she would think like that, hit the child. A conscience smeared with iron. That's why the worst thing, sir, is for you to become a man of God without a living conscience. Because the destiny some people will put in your hands, you will manipulate it. Young girls who submit to you as a daughter and they'll give everything. Sons who come to you as sons and they are ready to give everything. It now takes a lively conscience to do what is right. Live in integrity. It takes a lively conscience. But suppose you know, I have lived with a good conscience. That's the kind of conscience that makes you to be afraid of picking 100 francs you did not draw. My wife can tell you in our house, 25 francs can stay there. If they don't know who kept it, it will remain there. It's a principle in the house. The worst thing to do in my house is lie or steal. Wherever you are packed and left that day. So you see, before you say, who did this? He said, Daddy, I'm sorry, I did it. It's okay. A lively conscience. A lively conscience. That when you finish dressing, my sister, you look at yourself in the mirror. Let your conscience tell you that this cloth can be leading many brothers to hell. Let your conscience tell you that this is not what you can wear and go on the street. Let your conscience be alive. Let your conscience be alive. There's one time I sat in my office and some people brought an offering to me. Said, Daddy, it's a seed for you. And I looked at the person, looked at the seed. I said, no. I can't take a seed like this from you. He said, no, sir. I said, no. A conscience, even though as a man of God is true, we should sit there and the soul sees to us. But there are some people that your conscience itself will tell you, this is a young girl struggling, has not even paid fees. As he's giving you 50,000 francs, you are not asking her where is it from. Many of my children here don't tell you, don't bring an offering, I'll first put them down. Where is this from? What are you doing? Then someone say, no, somebody gave me this, I started this business. I said, oh, okay. Does he give up to this amount? A mother, you looked at the daughter and said, see, it does not matter how you get money, just make sure you bring money to this house. It does not matter. No conscience at all. So the young girl sleeps around and comes back 7 days later, you don't care. Or is that let the money come? That's what can make you as a man. You have children, you have a wife, you leave your wife and your children, and you are sleeping with a university girl, and your children don't even have food to eat. You don't have a conscience at all. A lively conscience is what will make you see somebody's purse. You open it and see money, and you take their number and call them and give them back. A conscience is what will make you pick somebody's phone and keep it on till they call and you say, yes, the phone is with me, please come and take it, even though you don't have one. A lively conscience. A lively conscience will tell you that you cannot be asking a young girl to sleep with you before you marry her. Lively conscience. A young girl got to me and said, so there's this pastor that wants to marry me, but the pastor said we must first sleep together. I said, don't be saying pastor, because when you use that word pastor, you are disgracing some of us who are there. It's not a pastor. There are people that God called, and there are people that call God. Some take their phone beeping, God didn't pick, they say yes, hello. Have you not seen people like that before?
Yes, sir.
That just play, hello, yeah, and they come. Some people just pick their phone and say, God, I know you have called me. Yes, I've answered. Thank you. And God said, no, I'm not calling you. I've answered. Okay. I don't already answer. Say, your man says he's a prophet. Who ordained you? He does not know. Who is your pastor? He does not know. I met one, he says he's a prophet. I said, who is your spiritual father? He says his spiritual father is Archbishop Benson. That was a who died in 1990 something. I said, how is Archbishop Benson your father? He said, he appeared in my dream. And the Lord said to me, my anointing is beyond a living man to pastor me. So my father is a dead man. I said, that's why your ministry has died. Has died. We need to pray tonight that this morning that God give me a lively conscience. A lively conscience. You have 7 daughters, none of them married. And a man comes to marry the first one and you say bride price is 2.3 million. What a wicked heart. You as a mother, you are married. You don't tell your son, oh my dead body, you will marry this girl. Why? You won't marry her. Your children are married, you will not leave them in peace. You keep going to their matrimonial house, entering the woman's kitchen and insulting her. is a conscience that has been snared. I heard of a man of God that was chased in Bamenda for sleeping with every woman in the church. Some say they sleep with you, that's how you get pregnant. What an anointing that even Jesus did not have. An old widow went somewhere for prayers and they told her you must bring 500,000 for prayer line. What a wickedness. Freely you have received, freely give. You heard all testimonies here. Ask any one of them if they ever collected 5 francs from them. 5 francs. Can I hear an amen? Amen. You know, when God begins to bless us, some people are very easy to be tempted to think that it is the gospel we are preaching that is giving us money. And I tell people, when before God called me, I had a job. Just employed to come and coordinate a medical center in Douala as the chief medical personnel. A salary of 150,000 beginning with a car and a house. And the Lord said that night, forget the job, start ministry. No money, no nothing. And I said, yes, Lord. We did not answer this call for money. If not, we can't preach this kind of message. Because since I've been preaching, you have not dropped any money on the altar. I have changed it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, there is a woman here. I have come. Should I come? I have already come. Which one am I coming again? And I came today to ordain some of these my sons, but also to tell somebody, because it's the only opportunity I may see you again. There is a heaven and there is a hell. And the truth is you are on your way to one of them. Hell or heaven. And may I help you very quickly. If you don't know whether you're on your way to hell, you are on your way to hell. If you don't know whether you're on your way to heaven, you're on your way to hell. Nobody is going to heaven and does not know. Because to live holy takes a conscious attitude. But to live in sin, you don't need to be conscious at all. Every day, Apostle Paul speaking said, I die daily. I think that should be 1 Corinthians 15:31. I die daily. That is a conscious lifestyle. That every day he wakes up, he kills a part of him. Look at the last part there. He said, I die daily. Not once in a while. When you are on your way to heaven, every day you wake up, you tell yourself, hey, serve God. Hey, you cannot lie today. Hey, it's a lie. It's a lie. One time I was with my son, we were coming back from Yaoundé. A lady was waiting for me here, and she called. I said, Pastor, will you be here in how many minutes? I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I said, wait. I told her, I said, will 10 minutes be us there? He said, yes, 10 minutes will be okay. I said, okay. I said, even as that, I don't want to say 10 minutes and then I take 15 minutes. Because I don't want to miss it. I don't know when he's coming. He may come when you're just saying the last lie. And Apostle Paul said, one sin will cancel every other thing. You become guilty of all the iniquities. So let me shock you. You cannot be on your way to heaven and not know. It's a lie. It's a lie. You wake up, even your mirror in your room is telling you, distressed. You're on your way to heaven, or you can't go. Every now and then I go through my phone. I think the other day I was with my wife in the office and she was showing me the number of somebody. I said, you remember this person? I said, I don't have the person's number again. I said, but you had the number before. I said, yes. Every now and then I go through my phone book. Who in this list is not helping my destiny? Delete. It's a conscious lifestyle. Can I shock you? You can never have plenty friends on your way to heaven. 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14, if I'm not mistaken. He said, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Be seated, please. You cannot be going to heaven and everybody is your friend. It says a lie. There are people you cannot be unequally yoked with them. For what fellowship and righteousness and unrighteousness? What communion has light with darkness? How can you say you're on your way to heaven and all your friends are on their way to hell? A party where you're the only one drinking sweet, you will soon not know when you are drunk around. Friends that you're the only one that does not have a boyfriend. Everyone has boyfriends. You will not know when one of their boyfriends have been transferred to you as an overdraft account. You don't fornicate, but they use your room as a fornication industry. Every time you sleep there, you will receive the spirit of fornication. You don't lie, but they use your phone to tell lies. You are not a fornicator, but they give your key to your boy. Say, I've told you this life is not good to me. Anyhow, when you're finished, call me. You are a partner of the sin. And when God is judging one, he will judge all. You're a Christian, but your mother is borrowing money. So when they come to look for her, she tells you, tell them I'm not in. So you went and said, my mother is not inside. You are a partner in crime. If you are going to make heaven, I can shock you. If you ever make a decision to please God, you will displease plenty people in this life. If everybody is clapping for you, you are either standing still or you're on your wrong way. If you're on the right path, plenty people don't clap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you pass through the road and everyone say, wow, you look nice, you look nice, you look fine, you look fine, check yourself again. You may not be looking fine. If they keep telling you, man of God, you preach well, check the message. It may not be filled with the Holy Ghost. Because when you preach a message full of the Holy Ghost, people don't even have the audacity to approach you to appreciate the message. They stand in awe because the Holy Ghost takes all over them. It's not a message to be appreciated. It is a message to be inculcated. It's not about telling me how nice I preached. A message is never designed to be nice. It is designed to slice. When Peter was still preaching, they jumped and said, sir, this is enough. How can we be saved? And today when we are preaching, they are jumping up and they are throwing money on our feet. In as much as that is a very nice thing, it exuberates our enthusiasm, fuels our epinephrine, and we go about excited. Yet, we always have to come back to the one question of life. It was appointed unto man to die once, and after that is a judgment. Where will you go? Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. There's no relationship between light and darkness, between the sons of God and the sons of Belial. And verse 15. Verse 15. And what concord has Christ and Belial? What part had he that believeth with an infidel? Verse 16. And what agreement has the temple of God with idols? What is a deaconess doing in a shrine? What is an elder doing with ropes around the baby's body? What are you doing with black magic in your house and yet you say you are a Christian? Doesn't matter the church you are going, we are serving the same God. And it is the same God I know that the Bible talks about. There is a principle, man. It's a principle, my mothers. You may be my mother here, but now I speak to you as a prophet. There in heaven, there is a law. You will not enter the gate of hell. You will not just enter the gate of heaven because you reach there. For you are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Verse 17. Wherefore, come out among them and be separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. If you keep touching it, I will not receive you. There are things that if you're on your way to heaven, you cannot touch. You can't touch it. You can't just be touching boys and kissing them anyhow. You can't touch God's money. No. My brother, if this hand is truly born again, it can never touch a bottle of alcohol. This hand. This hand. It can never touch a cigarette. This hand. If this body is truly saved, my sister, not every boy can touch it. They can't touch you here and you begin to stop it or no. If you're saved, You can't say they kissed you by error. So I did not know. What do you mean by you did not know? Come out among them and be separate. Somebody here tonight that needs to come out. Let me tell you this as I close. 4 things I want you to understand about life. Number 1, you don't have a spare life. You have just one. This one now. You waste it, it's gone. One life. And the average person may live up to about 80. That means that if you are 40 years now, you have just 40 more years. If it means you're 50 now, just more 30 years. You're 60 now, just 20 more. And you cannot be wasting it by choking it with alcohol. Choking it with Indian hemp. One life. One. And the second thing I want you to know about life is that life is a seed. How you use it determines what you will receive from it. Life is a seed. Life is a seed. If you decide to use it carelessly, everything you do with a seed, you will harvest it. Your life is a seed. If you decide to use it for positive things, you will harvest positive things. If you decide to use it for careless things, you will harvest careless things. You may end up finding the husband of your dream, but a lot of complications that may not allow you to enjoy marriage, because life is a seed. You might be keep playing with your woman, very soon you tamper with it, and now you marry a man and 5 years no child, 20 years no child, and you love him, but you can't give him a child because of the errors of your past. Life is a seed. God will forgive you, you will go heaven, but you may still suffer the consequence of the lack of a womb, because life is a seed. You may get up attracting and getting an infection, sexually transmitted disease, and finally find the man of your dreams only to get for a screen, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, you have been infected. Now you have to start praying. The man has to start fasting and suffer the consequences of a 3-minute pleasure that you could not use destiny to stop it. You have 80 years. Why would you allow 2 minutes to kill it? Why? How long does it take to finish a bottle of beer? But do you know how long it affects your entire life? It tampers even your brain. You can't think well. You can't reason. You can't even plan your life again. Some of you receiving the money you spend for alcohol, you'll be a very rich man now. Very wealthy man. The other day we calculated the money for one of my sons who say they are ordaining women as elder today, and he used to drink big Guinness. That was 1,000 francs. And he said could drink 7 bottles a day. And we assumed that it was 7,000 every day. And in a week, you are calculating 7 times probably 7. That's the guy have consumed 49,000. And then you multiply by the whole month, the guy consumed close to 200,000. Multiplied by 1 year, the guy has consumed close to 8 million a year. And he's a poor man. He does not know that every day you have 4 girlfriends and you are proud, not knowing that that is poverty injection you just swallowed. Sleeping around and you are proud. You think you're enjoying life now, my sister. I heard the story of a young boy. I remember I was working in Kumba Hospital, and they brought a lady whose intestines are perforated and the stomach was swollen. She could not pass urine and excreta in the normal direction. We ran some tests on her. Almost I stated before the Lord God Almighty, and that was in the Fiango Hospital here at the roundabout in town, in Kumba. If you've ever been there, I worked in that hospital for a month, for 4 months rather. They brought that lady. Almost every test showed positive. HIV positive, hepatitis B positive, this one positive. And then the intestines were rotten. About 3 meters of the intestines were perforated. Excreters inside the stomach. Chronic dynamic whiskey taker. Fine, round, beautiful lady. While she was in the hospital, more than 7 different men with jeeps. This one come and visit. How are you, baby? How are you, baby? How are you, baby? Gone. That one never came back again. The next one came. How are you, baby? How are you, baby? Gone. Never came back again. I tell you before God. I ended up being the one to buy bread and give that lady. She had rich men as her sugar daddies. But when the seed of life had produced the fruits, she was kept on the bed. The men that pampered her and called her baby and sugar didn't see it sweet again. I was there. They took her to the hospital one of the days, and the doctor said, we are going to do a major surgery on her so that we can touch all 3 meters of the intestine, because the normal human being has over 10 to about 14 meters, and you can live with the other if they will remove about 5 meters. So they said, we'll cut off the 3 meters that is bad. We entered into that hall, about 25 of us medical students. As they operated the lady, the smell that came out, more than 20 students ran out. We were just 5 remaining. At the end of the operation, I only and the doctor were there. I was praying for these ladies and other patients every night. So the lady, they gave her anesthesia many times, more than 4 times. She did not go into coma. Because doctors will tell you more alcohol, the anesthesia stop functioning, because alcohol itself is an anesthesia. So the organs and the cells have lost vitality and reaction to life. She stayed awake while they were operating on her. And she would look at me and say, Pastor, am I going to die? I said, you will not die. He said, Pastor, I'm dying. I said, you won't die. I just had that. So remember, give your life to Jesus. He said, yes. Will you accept Christ? I said, yes. Doctor was walking and was leading her to Jesus. I said, say with me, Lord Jesus. He said, Lord Jesus. He said, I give you my life. I give you my life. I tell you this before the Lord God Almighty. The lady finished saying the Lord, surrendering her life to Christ, not up to 1 minute. The pulse ceased. The doctor left whatever was inside and rapidly began to sew the thing back. The lady started going into a traumatic shock. And we gathered her pattern, went with her to the bed, and the doctor knew she was going to die. And the doctor quickly left, took his stethoscope, went to his hall, changed his garment, and took his scarf, and he has gone. And the family members were outside. And I held the young, was going. Tears filled my eyes. Fine girl, beautiful lady, no child, no destiny, no achievement. All the chiefs that carried her to different clubs, none of them was around. If any came back, it was to carry her corpse. She gave up the ghost. I held the lady. The family came in. They said, what's going on? I said, she has gone. They almost beat me there, as if I killed her. I remember that night as if it is yesterday, because I literally washed my body with eau de javel. Literally, it was as if my body was roasting. I knelt down and I said, Lord, if there's one thing I thank God for, is that she gave her life to you. But the question is, what a life wasted? Who knows what God created her to be? Who knows the song she was to sing? Who knows the destiny that was aborted because of a careless life? Because she did not realize that life is a sin. Stand on your feet. There is nothing my God cannot do. There is nothing my God cannot do. There is nothing my God cannot do. There is no life my God cannot do.
nobody Jehovah cannot save. There is no God Jesus cannot save. There is no God Jesus cannot save. Are you the child?
Inasmuch as sin is real, there is a God that pays, redeems you from sin. I surrendered my life to Jesus September 2006. I was in Form 3 in Bengwe. You may wonder why I talk about this Jesus the way I do. He appeared to me. That's how I came to salvation. You may not have the same privilege. I sat in my bed and I made up my mind I was going to live rough. My mother died. My father was away. I was abandoned and left alone. I told myself, if it's like life is in the club, it's with girls, it's with immorality, I am going to become it. Jesus decided to show me mercy. He appeared in the world and he opened my eyes. I cried for more than 1 month looking for this God. That's why you see me, this is 13 years later. I am proud I accepted Jesus. Many of my friends laughed at me. I say this without any iota of pride. Take it down a bit. There's none of my classmates today that I envy under heaven. None. Those that laughed at me and said, you are frustrated for serving this God. I told them, if this is frustration, I want to be frustrated the more. If serving God is frustration. If this program tonight, this morning, happened just for you, heaven will be happy. Heaven is real. I know it. I've seen it. I saw Jesus. I've seen this man. You may not see him, but he sent me to you this morning. I could have preached something sweet, exciting, but I'd rather preach something right, even if it doesn't sound nice.
That's right.
I'm going to give somebody the opportunity here to make today the 28th of July 2019 the day that your life with God, the day that your life with God took another dimension. I can remember when I surrendered to him, because when you do, you know it's not going to be easy, but his grace will help you.
Amen.
You'll be able to say no to some things, say yes to certain things. You may fall one or two times, but you make up your mind to keep moving. He will pick you up, dust you, and keep pushing you forward.
Amen.
But Jesus said in his word, if you are ashamed of me before men, I will be ashamed of you before my Father.
That's right.
I have preached this gospel on the streets. Everywhere I say, yes, I know Jesus. Sometimes you need to tell people, yes, I am surrendering to this Jesus, so that Jesus can probably relate with you. This morning, I believe that there's somebody here. There's a mother here, there's a father here, there is a sister and a brother here who are saying, man of God, I want to give my life to Jesus. I am a